What's up guys, Benny here and welcome to the top 7 best guns in Call of Duty Warzone Season 2. These are the meta guns of the season that you want in your loadouts if you want to be getting the most kills and wins that you possibly can. Also, if you are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and you can also now use code Benny in the store if you want to support the channel as well. But let's get straight into the first gun. So first up, we have the brand new M40 assault rifle, which came in the Season 2 Battle Pass. Now, this gun is a little bit weaker than a lot of the other assault rifles. It's not going to have the fastest time to kill possible. However, right, hear me out, it is still one of the meta guns because of how easy it is to use. This is a straight up laser beam. You might be able to remember the Krig from Black Ops Cold War before it got a nerf, where it was just so easy to use and was just like, you couldn't miss your shots. So if you want a weapon that is really easy to control, really easy to handle, the M40 is going to be it. And this right here is the class setup that you're going to be wanting. You've got the Mercury silencer there for the muzzle. You've then got the Reisdorf 720mm shrouded barrel. This is going to give you recoil control and accuracy, flinch resistance, reduced scope sway and gun bob, as well as increased bullet velocity, which I think is very important because bullet velocity has definitely been an issue with a lot of the Vanguard assault rifles, which is why lengthened is one of the few actual ammo types that got a buff in the latest season. I then personally use the SVT PU 3 to 6 times scope. This really helps in transition between mid to long range engagements, especially with how there is no recoil whatsoever. So if you need to beam someone out for head glitch at a distance, you can just scope in, take him off. It's pretty nice. I then used the Krosnik 12V stock, which is actually flinch resistance, recoil control, and aiming stability. Tight grip, fully loaded. The polymer grip, which seems to be the go-to grip now for fully automatic weapons, just because of axiom recoil during sustained fire. It really does help. You then want the 8mm Clauser 60 round drum, lengthened, and then the M1930 strive angled. A lot of people overlook this, but that aiming stability really helps in keeping your aim dead center whilst you're firing and snapping onto your targets, and also aim walking steadiness, so you can strafe fire as well with accuracy. But that is the build. So let's get into the next weapon. Next up, we've got an absolute favorite of the community, the XM4. And for me, this weapon has gone through so many stages. It used to be a close range assault rifle with incredible strafe speed. It then became sniper support, and now it's one of the best mid to long range assault rifles in the game, and has one of the fastest time kills. And there are a lot of people out there saying this is better than the M40, but I think it comes down to personal preference. I don't think it's as much of a laser and doesn't have as much versatility because you've only got a base 3 times optic compared to having that 3 to 6 times scope that you had on the M40, but it's still one of the best guns in the game. And also, most people will already have this fully leveled up, so you don't have to worry about ranking up all the way to rank 70. But if you want to go ahead and use it, the muzzle is the agency suppressor, which is pretty standard. I then use the 13.5-inch task force barrel, the field agent grip, the 45-round magazine, and then the axial arms 3 times. Remember as well to change your reticle depending on what you personally like having. It could be from the precision to blue dots, green dots, whatever you like. Like I personally always go for, where is it? Right there, the green dot. It's pretty clean, easy to use, and would definitely recommend it. But one of the best assault rifles in the game right now. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. So our next best gun in Season 2 is one that did receive a nerf in the patch notes, and it's been dominant since day one, since the Vanguard integration, and it's going to go down as an all-time classic, I reckon, and that is the MP40. This just has it all. The incendiary rounds to stop your opponent being able to plate up. It's got a clean iron sight. It is incredible rate of fire, a very fast time to kill at close range. Yes, the damage drop-off can punish you if you try and take people out at a distance, but inside of buildings, the MP40 is unbeatable, and that extra utility that those incendiary rounds give you, as well as your extra perks and perk 2s, that extra movement speed that you get, I don't think the MP40 can be beaten at close range right now. So if you need a gun in your loadout that is going to be super consistent and rack you up a lot of kills, the MP40 is probably it. And what you're going to want for it in your class setup is you're going to start off with the recoil booster to increase that fire rate. You've then got the Krosnik 317mm barrel, the Krosnik ISO 1M iron sight, ISO 1 I personally like. Some people like the ISO 2, but I'd recommend this one. Really fast ADS, and it's also the one that you get on a lot of the ground loot guns, so you'll already be used to it. Crossneck 33M folding stock. Unmarked, this gives you the benefit of a suppressor without needing one, so you can run that recoil booster to give you a faster time to kill. You've then got quick. I use taped grip with mine just because it means that I can then run combat scout as my perk 3, as this is going to help me with my weapon swap quickness when I need to go to my long range assault rifle or sniper, depending on what you're using. I then use the 45 7.62 Gorenko mag. I then have incendiary rounds, which are very important, and then the Carver foregrip. And like I said, that goes, I always now run Combat Scout on Caldera just because there's so many bushes. It really helps to get that outline. But this, best SMG in the game, in my opinion. But if you don't like the MP40, this next gun is for you. And it is the OTS-9. It is hands down the best SMG out of the Vanguard weapons right now. No, you don't get those incendiary rounds, which you really do end up missing. You forget how used to things you get, but outside of that, it's got an incredible TTK. It's a really fun gun to use. It's got a great iron sight. It's really mobile, fast ADS, fast sprint to fire. The stopping power is insane. And like there was a reason all the pros were using this in the tournaments before the Vanguard integration. It's the best SMG outside of Vanguard. Make sure you've got it in your loadout. And this is the class setup you're going to want. You've got that Groove Suppressor just to increase that range a little bit, give you the best bullet velocity possible. Helps those like kills that are a bit further away. You've then got the 8.1-inch task force, which gives you that increased strafe speed. So if when you're ADSing, you can kind of you know, like dupe someone out of a gunfight. Helps a lot. 40 round fast mag, the Serpent Wrap for faster ADS, and then you got the KDB skeletal stock as well to finish up the class. But I love this thing, and there's a reason it's in the top 7 guns. Our next gun is one that I really hoped wouldn't be here. I was expecting it to get a much heavier nerf in Season 2. It hasn't. It's still probably the best mid to long range gun in the game in terms of time to kill and just raw stopping power. The Whitley could become like competitive, but it just doesn't have the same level of mobility. Like the Whitley, the brand new LMG, for those wondering, is incredible. It just moves like a truck. But the Bren, right, it's still there. It will shred anyone at mid to long range. Super consistent, super easy to use. Multiple scopes you can use, from night vision to the 3 to 6 times, which is one of my personal favorites. But by now, if you've been playing Caldera, you'll know what the Bren is, and this is the class setup you want. The MX Silencer, the Queen 705mm Royal Barrel, the SVT 3 to 6 times scope, the Hawkinson SP2B stock, tight grip, which is pretty standard, to be honest, if a gun's got that perk available. Fully loaded so you get loads of ammo. Polymer grip once again. The 6.5 40 round mag, then lengthened with that increased bullet velocity, and then the M1930 strife angled underbarrel to wrap it up. But yeah, like we all know how the Bren is. So I've got to put a sniper in the top 7 guns, and for me, the best sniper in the game right now is the Kar98K. And no, that isn't the Vanguard Kar98. It is the Modern Warfare one. Just the way the aim assist works, the way that it's so easy to use for so many people, especially those short to mid-range engagements. I'm not the best sniper in the world. Yeah, I sometimes pull off some incredible shots where I get out of my chair. That's not possible with a lot of the Vanguard weapons. They just don't match up, if I'm being completely honest. But the class you want for it is the Monolithic Suppressor, the Singar Custom 27.6-inch barrel, Tac Laser, Sniper Scope, the ST Volt Precision Comb, and it's the best sniper in the game. Honestly, give it a go if you haven't. And for the pacing of Warzone, it's a dream. And our final best gun in Call of Duty Warzone Season 2 is the Cooper Carbine. This thing is so versatile. I absolutely love it, especially on Rebirth Island, I think. It's probably the best all-rounder. It reminds me a little bit of the FAR, but it's better at long range, but still has that kind of fire rate and mobility at close, which is insane to have. I will just mow through multiple squads with this thing in Rebirth, especially. And on Caldera, it's a great all-rounder. Like, the world record was dropped with the Cooper Carbine for a reason, because it gets you out of so many situations. Don't worry, you find someone at range and then someone unexpectedly appears in your building and you don't have time to switch to your SMG. No worries, the Cooper can handle it. It can kill people at range, it can kill people up close, at mid-range. It's the best all-rounder in Warzone right now, which is why if you've got a ghost class, stick the Cooper on it, because, you know, end circle, like, you need to hide in a bush and just be ready for some sort of fight. This is going to be the gun that you want, and the class setup you want is the MX Silencer, the 22-inch Cooper Custom barrel, the 3 to 6 times optic. If you haven't been able to tell already, this is my go-to optic. You've then got the Cooper 45 RS stock, the tight grip, fully loaded, polymer grip, the 60 round 9mm mag, lengthened, and then the M1930 strife angled underbarrel. And that right there is probably the best all-round gun in Call of Duty history. But those right there are my top 7 best guns in Season 2. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments. If I've left anything out, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time for more Call of Duty Warzone. Thanks for watching.